When you're working with dates and times, it's not uncommon to want to have the current date in the current time. And there are two different ways to use these capabilities. If you simply want to type today's date, you don't have to really type anything. Use the keystroke shortcut Control-semicolon. Now, at the time of this recording, it's April 17th in 2013, so that's what we get. Now, if I close this file, open it a few days later, that date's going to stay the same. It will not change unless we type something different in that cell. If we want the current time, it's Control-Shift-semicolon. So these two shortcuts are simply shortcuts for typing in the complete entry, and they're really handy at times. Now, sometimes you want today's date to be like a moving target, or you might want to use it as a date timestamp. To put in the current date, simply type equal today, left parenthesis, and enter. Now, for the moment, those two look identical, but if we save this file and open it tomorrow, it will pick up the date off the system clock and read 4/18/2013. If we want to put in time as a dynamic entry, we type equal NOW, left parenthesis. This gives us more than time. It gives us date and time, and certainly nothing wrong with that. If you did want to display just the time here, take advantage of a keystroke shortcut, Control-Shift, @ will display it in AM/PM style. You could certainly explore other ways to display this too. But in this example here, with the function called now, and in the example up above, in the function called today, these two functions always get updated when you open and close these files. And as you're working with a file, this time actually will change, provided you're making data entries and changes in other cells. In a few minutes from now, we might check back and see that that number will have changed. That's not the real purpose for why we're using this, but sometimes we do need this in calculations. In column C, we've got some due dates. They're not further identified, but we need to know how much time exists between today's date and these due dates. And right now, it's April 17th for me, but I want to be able to open this file in a few days or next week and have this number always be accurate. And so I want today's date to be stored in here and used in this formula in a way that's dynamic. Equal this due date, which is right here, minus today. In this case, we do need to type both parentheses. So right now, from my vantage point of April 17th, and we do get answers like this sometimes, and it does throw us, what we need to do is quickly turn this into a value. And you can use the comma button here. That's one way to do it. You don't need the decimals really. Another way is to use general format. That's Control-Shift-tilde. Perhaps that's a faster way, maybe better way. And so this is the number of days between my today right now, April 17th, and July 22nd. When I save this file, if I open it a week from now, that's going to be 89 days. In other words, we're using today as a moving target, and we can do the same thing when necessary with times as well. And by the way, that now reads 1:14. This adjusts as we work with the worksheet. But both of these can be used, and you'll see examples in later movies how we actually use today as part of a calculation for calculating an anniversary date. You can also do those with birthdays. And so it's important sometimes to enter dates in a dynamic way using either the today function for dates only, or possibly the now function, which gives us the capability of displaying these as dates or times. And they're both handy tools in working with dynamic data.